By the way, we're going live.
Hey, and we're live.
What a way to start it off, baby.
Hold on, I gotta get a piece of tape.
Keep going.
That didn't improve.
It looks like he's under the water right now.
Oh, fisheye.
I don't know what it is. I think that's got half of Iowa's fields on that lens cover there. Something.
I think I'm gonna have to pop this whole piece that's all the way around the computer off, and I probably already fucked it up.
Oh, there we go.
Not even 1 minute into the live.
Oh, we are live.
45 seconds in.
Yeah.
49
I'm sorry.
seconds.
Let's start over.
Okay. Ready? 3, go. Take 2.
And we're live.
And we're live.
At least it wasn't JR this time.
There
Nope.
we go.
I thought
I'm gonna be
a
a good boy today. I'm gonna be a good guy today.
Yeah, let's see.
I thought you were joking.
New England. Oh, good.
Speaking of live, where are we live? We're live on Joey's YouTube.
Instagram, YouTube, Matt's YouTube, Mustache's YouTube, BJ's YouTube.
We're YouTubed up.
Facebook.
So all the tubes.
All the
tubes.
Except for the podcast YouTube. We're not on that one.
And we got a whole 2 people watching.
Do we?
I'm one of them.
Yeah, we got 2 of them.
Oh, look at that. Hey Ben, why don't you come in with us? I can send you a link. You can come join us in this
Come on,
in
Ben.
this group. You want a link, bud? I don't know if I can send him
Just send, can you send him a link on Insta?
I can't because my Instagram's locked up unless I don't know if I
Do it on
Want
the
me to send it
pooter.
to
I
him?
could do it. I could do it.
You got it,
Do
man?
it. Do it. Do it.
I got it. I
Do
got
it.
it.
You
Do
got
it.
Mustache is gonna send you a link, Ben. Come hang out. We should bring Keith in here. We could bring look at that.
Everybody that joins.
Yeah.
Look at
There'll
that.
be nobody watching.
We got Mr. High Caliber Craftsman in here.
What's up, Austin?
Ooh.
We'll have participants watching.
We could
I'll
have
turn
up
it
to
off
10
tomorrow.
people. We could have up to 10 people in here.
All right. Boop boop.
Boop boop.
All right.
boop, boop.
Austin, Ben, and Keith have links now if they want to hang out.
I had one of my people teaching another person today, and she said, "Well, if you just got to add a little bit of water, you're supposed to add." Bloop, bloop. And I went, "What did you just say?" She says, "Bloop." You know, but if it's more, it's like woo.
All right. All right.
She listens to the podcast. That's why I'm saying this, because I want her to hear it.
I see.
Did I show y'all this last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you had it on the podcast this week.
You did.
Oh,
It was like towards the end of it when you showed it.
Mhm.
Austin, TMI, bud.
I just did that.
What's up, Steve?
Excuse me one moment.
Hey, have y'all ever seen Wackerly before? This was Wackerly when he was once young.
You look at him, look at me. That looks more like Joey, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Bring it. Bring it.
What's up, Mike?
Oh, there's Mike. What are we at? We got 6 right now. Here, I'll see if Mike wants to come in too.
I hear us in the background somewhere.
I do too.
Something in the background.
I think it's Matt Weckerly.
Oh, we could take care of that. Where's he at?
Let's see.
There we go. Done.
Yep.
What's everybody up to tonight? What's everybody up to?
Moving stuff around.
I gotta be careful on these memes here.
No, you don't. I already screwed up the show.
No, but we don't need to. We don't need to like make it worse, Scott.
No.
But we can play. We can play this one.
Can you milk me?
Yeah, you just grab it by the teats.
Hey, Falker.
Oh, I got the same shirt. I got the same shirt on.
Hey, dude.
You need to change your clothes.
Nope. Same one. Same shirt.
Mhm.
Same shirt from 2 months ago. Same shirt, different day.
Mother of God. I think it was on a Friday, so it's like the same day.
Oh, this Mr. Technical over here. Jeez. No,
Did
I like
you
that.
wash it?
I like to wear the same shirt to make Matt angry. Like, Jesus, he's wearing the same thing he wore yesterday.
But did you wash it?
Nope.
Mike, how'd you do
Mike.
with the craft fair today?
Yeah. I was gonna
Throw that
ask.
in the chat. Hopefully you sold a lot of stuff.
I wish we could see that chat in here. Is it? It doesn't show up in here, does it?
No.
Nope.
I don't
Oh,
see
the
any
Instagram
comments in
one?
here.
Facebook. Actually, you know what? Here, let me try doing the face. I want to see. I just want
Facebook shows up in here.
It does.
Facebook will
Yes.
show up in here.
Yeah, Facebook does, but not Instagram. They don't talk.
I mean,
We can
can't they
stream.
share? Can't they share like software? Can't they? Aren't they the same company?
Maybe if you do enough spirit fingers, it'll help out.
Woo! I got so many spirit fingers. I can do it the whole. I'll do it the whole episode.
You're only getting carried away right now because he's not in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Jazz hands over here.
On whose Instagram is it streaming right now? The
Mine.
same piece? Yours?
Just Joey's. Just Joey's.
It's not coming up on the feed right now. That's weird.
Oh, I was just in it.
JR
Mike
doesn't.
said he got a
What
bunch
is
of
JR
leads,
doesn't
but
follow
no
you?
Sales. Who wants to drink a beer and carry a charcuterie board?
Charcuterie board.
I mean, I would.
I
I
was
would.
gonna say something else because some individual says that all the time, and that would have been bad.
Says what? What?
I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna. How do you say?
How's that
charcuterie?
hockey game, Mike? Change that subject.
I don't know.
I
I
didn't-
think it's because the way we're streaming it. But even when we would go live on Instagram, Keith, it was still doing that. It wasn't notifying anybody. I don't know what's up with it.
Yeah.
Keith, I would have to go to Joey's profile and keep refreshing his page until it showed that he was live and join his live through that.
Instagram doesn't like me.
Victor.
Oh, he
Where's
said
your
the
cowboy hat, Joey?
Leads
Where's he
are
at?
up 1-0.
Oh, Mr. Prusa. Me and him were just having a conversation here a while ago privately.
I don't see that. I don't even see Victor in here. What the heck?
He's in the YouTube live.
Oh.
You remember you got all these different chats. Oh, who do we got?
Nobody.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh my God. Hey, virtual hug, bud. Virtual hug.
You're lucky it's one of your lives, Joey. I know I got to be good.
Man,
Oh,
I
no.
ain't seen you. No.
Scott already messed it up within 1 minute.
Ah,
That's what,
How you
30
doing,
seconds.
that's what happens when you don't know you're live. Joey
How
didn't
you-
say
How you
action.
doing there, Keith?
That's what happens when you don't know you're live.
I'm doing.
Where's that audio coming from?
Probably you, mustache.
My phone's muted.
So's mine.
Anyone?
Yeah, Joey says that all the time. But then there's phone calls.
Is it daylight over there? Keith?
No. No.
No,
No, it's
That
fine.
light.
that's
Oh,
light.
it almost looked like a. I got you.
when Mom was here, I told her, "Don't worry about that. I'll do it." So I was, you know.
Thank you.
Yep.
How you liking it up there, Keith? How's it going?
Well, since you guys all already swore, this won't be replayed, but I got a little.
Oh no,
message.
it
No,
is.
it will.
Is.
It will.
It
It
will.
will be a brew bug, yeah.
You fuckers.
Well, that part won't.
No, it might not.
Not it lives on YouTube forever, bud. These are getting streamed live.
I hate you guys. Really do.
Why? What's wrong?
I like when they just disappear.
You know.
I can't have my thoughts out there forever.
Sure you can.
What are you sharing? What are you sharing, Keith? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
I don't know. I know Matt's going to cut me up into some sort of meme or something that I'm not going to want to ever see again.
No,
in
no,
my
that's
life.
That's
Jamie.
you.
No, that's Jamie.
That's
not
Jamie.
you.
Yeah, that's not me.
Jamie.
Whatever. Somebody on your team is going to cut me up. You sound like an idiot.
Later,
We
Mike.
traded him. We traded
Later,
Jamie.
Mike.
Oh, he's gone?
Yep.
I can't read
Yeah,
your
Mike
name. You
left.
guys are all small on there.
There you go.
This is the
Ooh, that's better.
this is the weirdest setup, you
squished.
guys.
It's squished. Yes.
But this is the way we could get everybody on here, not just be constrained to 4 people. So we can bring up to 10 people in here.
It's like Clubhouse, but I have to hold my phone. I can't continue to work.
Well, you don't have a stand?
Come on.
You gotta
can
have
do
a
it.
stand somewhere. You're a content creator.
It's
When
impossible.
have I
Selfie
ever been
You
labeled
get out
a
your selfie
content
stick.
creator? No, Joey likes to keep this PC. I don't want to pull out my selfie stick.
Oh, that's different.
Uh-oh. Who's joining the party? Oh my God.
What's up?
Ben, go
no.
sideways.
Turn
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 sideways.
sideways. Go sideways.
I will. I'm going to turn sideways.
Now do we
There we
officially
go.
have
There we
everybody
go.
that was watching on?
Yeah,
We have no
nobody's
spectators
watching
here.
this.
We
How
have
do I
no
make
spectators.
this? How do I make this bigger?
You can't. I don't
Well,
Did you rub it?
ah,
What kind of janky nonsense is this? You can't even make the screen bigger?
That's what she said.
the nonsense it's gonna probably get us all banned.
Ben, down in the bottom right, there's like a maximize button.
think. Not on your
Liar.
phone.
Oh, not on the phone.
Yeah, on the phone, it doesn't give you that option.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'll suffer through for you guys. You know what I mean?
What's new with you, Ben? I haven't seen or heard from you in like 10 years.
Keith, I'm here. All you gotta do is reach out and say hi, man. I'm here every day.
That goes 2 ways, Ben. 2 ways.
I'm too busy working. I'm too busy studying the pickleball rules, man. So I can, be an expert.
Ben, I moved. I don't have a pickleball court anymore.
I was gonna ask if you had a spot for that yet, Keith.
Does that mean we can't do the podcast?
No, we can still do the podcast.
Okay, between two pickles.
Between 2 pickles? It's gotta happen.
That's golden, dude. That's golden.
Why we haven't started this yet?
I don't know.
Wasn't that discussed like a year and a half ago or something like that? One Sunday.
I think it started like 3 years ago.
I think so. We've been talking about it.
It
for
was
quite
right
some
when
time.
he started his other podcast, and he's like, "I want to start another one." And I'm like, "Between 2 pickles, here we go."
So you guys need to stream that live, and you both need to be in pickle costumes. You need like a full pickle costume.
I don't think
know
you're
about
getting the vibe, but between two
that.
Well, if you get a third person, it's between two pickles, even pickler.
that would be the guest.
The
pickles.
the guest is exactly
Even more sour.
Between two pickles, even juicier.
1 week they got to face this way, the next week they got to face that way.
exactly. Where'd you move, Keith?
New York.
Oh, dang!
Yeah.
Do you lose your Jersey card when you do that, or?
You never lose a Jersey card when you're bored in Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, man. It's good to see you, fellas.
It's good to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hadn't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, I popped in and I saw, like I wasn't sure I was able to even join this. I was commenting on Instagram. I was like, I missed the old lives. I could come in, jump in, and ruin them. I thought I couldn't do that on this one, but apparently I can.
Not only that, Ben, they let both of us in.
I know. I don't know what they're thinking.
Double trouble.
I don't want to butcher that name, but that's DeLand's Handmade Woodworking. Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah.
What Joey said.
I need to go get more beer.
How
Is there
far
a
of a
mute?
drive is that?
Do it.
Is there a mute on this? Oh, dude,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a mute.
There's
I'll
a
mute
mute.
you. I
it's
can mute
10
you.
o'clock. I can't drive.
Is it too-
Not with that attitude.
JR, can we talk about the weather these last few days? It's been gorgeous. I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, we got.
I muted. Oh, I muted JR.
I got
Sorry.
you taken care of.
Oh, that's dirty.
Now he's on. Yep, there.
What about now? Everything you can hear good?
You're good.
Okay. Weather's been good. Been busy at the golf course, but my days there is going to be dwindling down only to 1 day a week over there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I got good news. Starting Monday, I'll be working for the county of San Bernardino,
Doing what?
working in the purchasing department.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's always good we can spend other people's money.
Yeah.
And
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know if anybody saw my stories today, probably not, but not very many people do. But I did a lot of stuff. I've been trying to rearrange the shop a little bit and made some serious progress in here today. So I was pretty stoked about that.
You just have all those trophies in the way.
Yeah, I got to get rid of all those.
are you
But
making room for that new laser?
yeah, right. I have no room in my shop for that laser.
Yeah. In order for me, Ben, to get my laser in here, I got rid of the table saw.
You got rid of my table saw?
Yes, I did.
Oh damn, dude! That was
Yeah.
did you sell it to somebody?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that was my first table saw. Now it's not even with somebody I know.
Yeah.
Like it's
You know,
She's
Yeah,
down the
what's
road
positive?
from over here. She's also a crafter.
okay.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you give it to her in as good a condition as I gave it to you? Because that thing was
Yeah.
scary.
You know, I only used it like one time since I had it. Yeah.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah. I needed room so I can put in that new that CO2 that I got now. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
I feel like I came on and totally talked this whole time. Does anybody else
Right.
have anything to say?
Frank said he still has a scroll saw.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love gifting tools, man. I love giving tools to people or spreading the love because
I figured you were clean when I saw you when I watch your stories, Ben.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the few ones, but
yeah, you are.
I figured you were making room for the
Pronto. For the Pronto.
laser. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not. David has been very kind to me over the years, but that laser is not getting brought to my house. It's not happening. He's gonna take that, either keep it at his house and then have his wife park outside from now on, or I believe that thing's going to his office. I think his company is buying it or something. I don't know.
That's good.
But
I thought
Not
Ben
to-
was gonna get a CO2.
shit, David likes me, but not that much.
One,
Dave.
the one positive. So I met JR in Vegas last week, and he gave me his boob handle
What?
from table saw. Yeah, baby.
Oh man, at least that could have came to me, JR. I could have added that on my.
Fine.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I went to
understand.
Vegas last week. Met
I
him with the
know. I was so jealous. I was like, he's only 4 hours from us, like 3.5 hours. I would have known. I
Dude.
wish I would have known.
I got on the freeway on Monday. I was literally in Vegas 2.5 hours.
2.5. Oh wait, you live. Well, yeah, you live closer.
Yeah, it was 2.5 hours for me.
What's up,
Yeah, that's
Mike?
not-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
was really
awesome.
cool meeting him. You know, picked him up at the airport and all that stuff. I told him, oh, don't even worry about getting an Uber, dude. I'll pick you up. You know.
So Matthew,
Yes.
have I done a disservice by over exaggerating JR size, or was I right on? Because
He was actually shorter than I was.
yeah,
I don't know.
If
I
you
don't
saw that
know.
picture, Matt was taller than me.
Yeah, how far behind was he standing?
Oh, no, he was right there. I just went.
I always say JR is like one of the largest people I've met in real life. He's just so tall, dude. He's fucking a giant.
Well, my boss is actually pretty tall also,
Yeah.
and we went to dinner on
We were literally
Tuesday,
right there.
and
Yeah,
they
Tuesday
were.
was the
I
dinner.
mean, he was probably 2 or 3 inches shorter than JR, but he was right up there. I felt like a little tiny guy.
I don't want to concern you guys, but I'm described the same way as JR, one of the tallest people anyone's ever met.
I've heard that about you.
Yeah.
I've actually met you, Keith.
Is that when you're standing on the picnic table?
He's what they refer to as a New Jersey Giant.
I thought those were chickens.
No, yeah, I just remember meeting JR for the first time, and I was just like, "Damn, dude, you're tall. You're one tall dude." But yeah, that's cool. I'm jealous that you guys got to hang out. It's awesome.
Well, Ben, next year, you know, planning to do the same thing. Go to Vegas.
Well, we're gonna do it different though.
Yeah.
JR's gonna come on like Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I'm gonna go back.
Wednesday, Thursday, and then we drive back.
Yeah, so I'll be back in his hood for a day or two.
Soon.
I'm sure by then the puppy will be way bigger and more manageable for my wife.
Yeah. Yeah, that way he's gonna come down here for a day or two, and then that way you spend some time and all that stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool, man. Sorry, my kid walked in right as you guys were talking about that. No, that'd be cool. I mean, yeah, JR is really close to me, so I hope that we get a chance to see each other.
Yeah. No, I want to try to hook up with you and Dave and Lindsay and Eric and anyone else in that is
That's a lot of hooking up. Watch out for mono.
Is Temecula close to you, Ben?
Yeah. It's like 30 minutes from me.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We should try to coordinate something for next year.
Yeah, no, definitely that'd be fun. I'm actually stoked. The end of this month, Eric from Bumbleshoots is. I don't know if you guys know, he's a pilot, so he flies around the country all the time.
Yeah.
And he's got a layover in LA.
Oh shit.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and hook up with him while he's out here. So
nice.
Eric's an awesome guy.
Yeah, but you live right.
I only ever hear bad things about that guy.
Yeah, I can't remember how far away he is, but Steve and I are only like an hour. Eric's up in New Hampshire, so he's only like an hour ish from
I
us.
thought he was in Massachusetts.
No,
He's
in
New Hampshire.
Can somebody monitor that chat? Because I can't even get into my own live.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of the 47 chats?
Everything else you can see here, except for Instagram.
It's just IG.
Just
IG
you can't see. They don't talk.
It's siloed.
Yeah.
We can't see anything as a guest.
Yeah, you can. You can see the comment.
Comments on the right-hand side.
The 3 comments.
It just says you're in the show. Everybody
You're in the
can see
show.
and hear you.
And you can see and hear you. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Are you on the web or are you using the app?
I'm on the web, but on my phone.
Phone web. Yeah, me too. So I found a steal on at Walmart this week, and if you watch my stories, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about it anyways. I found a little giant, one of those ladders, for $60, dude. I was like, this is ridiculous.
How big?
It's like a 6-footer that folds out to doubles its height basically. And
the real question is, how many did you buy and put on Marketplace?
See, that's the thing. Yeah, that's where
Where's
I blew
the
it,
entrepreneurial spirit?
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, if I really wanted to, I could walk through that clearance aisle at Walmart and do that. Just go straight to eBay. The other day, check this out. They had 2 KitchenAid stand mixers, right, for $2.50 each. Let me take a gamble. Let's play Price is Right. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, the KitchenAid mixer, like the bowl, the metal bowl. All right, let's go around the room.
What size?
Oh, look at this guy. I like that, Matt. I like it.
Right off the bat.
And are we talking about the regular or the professional?
It was the normal one, a normal KitchenAid. One. The normal, like it wasn't the deluxe like pro model. It was just like the standard one, and I believe it was the 7-quart.
Yeah,
I believe.
About $269, brand new.
Mm-hmm. They were on sale for $69.
No, they were $250 on sale in clearance. I was like, wow, that's really expensive for one of those. I went and Googled it.
What are they?
They're like $450, dude. And the more expensive ones are like $679, $700.
Yeah,
I was like
10-quart. Yeah.
Wow.
Those are the 10 quarts that have the 2 posts on the side and the whole bowl goes up and down.
Steve knows. Dude, I'm telling you, I was like, holy moly. If I came home and I told Debbie, I'm like, if we wanted to make some extra money, we should be buying all this clearance stuff and trying to flip it on eBay and stuff. Because
just think of the cookies you could have made.
Yeah. That's true.
Think of the deviled eggs, actually.
Scott's thinking with his stomach again. I like that about Scott. Nice of you to be awake for this, by the way, Scott. Thank you.
It's still early.
Still early.
No, but I couldn't believe it. I was just like, holy moly. But anyways, the little giant. I was stoked, man. $60. It was normally $178.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
It's a hell of a deal. And no, Keith, I should have bought the other one. You're right. Sorry. I didn't. He's so mad at me, he left.
Keith would have came with the truckload out of there.
I don't judge. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah.
I can't see you anymore. We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm texting somebody.
Wicked
I guess the important thing is there. We can hear you.
He had to jump off his ladder.
Hey, Joey, how many more episodes until the 100th episode?
3 more after Sunday. 3 after Sunday. It's 97.
Wait, how long have you been counting? Like, are you counting just Fridays, or are you counting just all episodes altogether?
No, just podcasts.
No, Sundays.
Just
podcasts.
podcasts.
Yeah,
Sundays.
just Sunday.
Yep.
Wait, is this going to be released as a podcast?
No.
No, it was released as a snippet.
I've seen some of your Friday ones, but they're always all over the place. I don't even listen to it.
We'll spin some reels off this maybe, but that's about it.
Audio.
Just to you though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Even if you're not saying anything, we're just gonna put you there and just let everybody talk in the background.
It'll just
don't
be
believe.
you.
Hey, don't believe them. They'll pull out full on clips of you been on the podcast. They'll put out full clips of you and not even you talking, and they'll tag you in it like you were on the show. I go on to listen, and it's Matt talking the whole time. I'm like, oh, Joey got me good this time. He got me good. And then I was like, oh, the next one they put out, they'll have me talking. Nope, Matt again, just talking the whole time.
Nice. I want to use that Talladega Nights so bad, but I won't.
No.
No.
That one's too easy.
Got it at Target.
It's real nice. On sale.
I love it.
I bought a trailer today.
Did you?
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, what size?
How big? Enclosed or open?
Open.
Open.
What size?
I think it's 14 foot.
Dual axle?
What's that?
Dual axle?
Luma?
Yeah.
No, one axle.
Single axle?
What size axle?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
What size lug nuts, Keith?
I mean, you can get a 35, you can get a 75. Come on.
What are you doing with this trailer?
I'm hauling
dead bodies.
I'm hauling blimp fuel right now. So.
Did you say blimp fuel?
Yeah.
What?
Is there something I don't know about you? Do you fly blimps?
Oh, guys.
I got it.
Blimp fuel is air. So
Wait, what? Blimp fuel? I thought blimps. Well, they don't run on air. They're filled with air, but they don't run on them.
They don't run on anything. They don't have legs.
Let me know when the light bulb hits. Come on, let me know when it turns on.
I'm just dissecting the joke. It wasn't very funny. That's all I'm saying.
I got a few laughs at everybody else.
I'm telling you, you can't get everybody. You know, some people pay their money and aren't satisfied.
I just meant.
Oh, Victor's asking, does it have short wheels, Keith?
I can get on the trailer. Yes.
Man, do you need to ship him the little giant?
He might need it.
Yeah.
No.
I do have a step stool right next to me, so I'm all set.
There you go.
We built an enclosed trailer at work, and I have a guy that builds all the stuff, and I said I wanted all the walls lined and stuff and insulated, and we were putting air conditioning and heat in it. It literally is maybe a 13-inch step to get into it.
Oh wow!
He built two steps to get into the back. He built that before he did anything. He built 2 steps to get into the back of the trailer, and I was like, I kept stepping up without using the step, and I'm just like, really? You built steps to get into the back of the trailer? But yeah, I just found that funny. I guess that's a short person thing.
I don't know. 13 inches is that's a pretty big step.
For some of us.
You have to jump. None of you guys know what 13 inches looks like anyway, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I have a ruler. I can figure it out.
Is that the one that the wife asks about all the time?
It's got
use that ruler better.
Tape measure out.
Let's see. Short. I'll stop there. I swear, it's not mine.
Okay, so besides the blimp fuel, what are you going to use the trailer for?
The mower and stuff, side by side.
Oh, okay. You don't have. It's just a utility trailer. Got it.
Yeah. Just a utility. Yeah.
Is it a Luma trailer?
Ow.
No, they had those, and I looked at them, but I bought a Big Tex.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Were you raising your hand to talk, Joey?
Oh, this damn camera.
Oh.
I don't
Tommy
know.
does it. Ow.
It goes on. It whatever. Keep going.
They did have the Aluma beds, and I may get one of those for my truck.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I'd love to get one of those little trailers for camping.
I was
reasons.
surprised at how cheap a brand new one is, though.
Yeah, I bought my it's a Luma trailer, 14 foot to pull the 4-wheeler and the ice shack and lawnmowers and stuff. And I wanted to say that was like $4,800 for that one. That was a couple years ago.
No, it's about what they are now. They're not much different. Because I was looking at them today, but they didn't have all the features I'd want, so I went the Big Tex instead.
Big Tex is a good brand.
Yep. That's what I've purchased 2 Big Texas at work but they're 5th wheel trailers, but same company, and they're a heck of a trailer.
What's that one that's got an orange logo on it? It may be just down here. They're really good now. We used to be able to get a 16-foot tandem with brakes on the rear axle, and there were 3,500-pound axles. If you just wanted the angle iron top, you could get them for about $2,400 brand new. And then if you wanted the pipe top, you were probably looking at about $3,000. But I know they've gone up a little now. I think the 16-foot is around $3,750, somewhere in there now, for a 16-foot dual axle, 3,500-pound axles.
You guys see Lucas's reel a couple days ago where he had the crane on the front neck of that trailer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he picked up that trailer a couple weeks ago, I think.
He's got all the toys, that guy.
That thing is sweet.
I'm gonna jump off. I got to get back to work. Maybe I'll be on if you guys are on in a bit. I'll be on.
Okay.
How do I leave? Right there.
Leave studio.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yep.
Just like that.
Well.
Hey, Joey, you mind if I show off the sign? Let Ben see it?
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, do it.
Check it out. All right, let me get in and bring it closer.
Sounds like a 9 Inch Nails song.
Yep. Closer.
Bring it closer. Get it and bring it closer.
No, it's just called Closer.
Yeah, 9 Inch Nails. Closer.
No, back up, back further away.
Too close, a little too close.
Enhance. Enhance.
Yeah.
Well, this is the suspense is killing me now. I'm really excited about this.
Building it up.
Let me set it up right there.
Meow.
Meow.
Am I jumping all around, all nibbly bibbly?
Oh shit! That looks really nice. Am I frozen? Oh, okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
He frozen? Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that looks dope.
Yeah, it came out pretty good.
Fire!
Yeah.
It's gonna look good on my shop.
I was gonna say, now you got to make like 10 of those for all your podcast members.
That's for the 100th giveaway. So if you want to win it, you got to be live.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one I owe somebody? I owe somebody a mini duck for that, don't I?
Yes, you
Exactly.
do.
Yes,
I
you
got
do.
you written down for a mini duck.
Yeah.
Mini duck.
Yeah, I got that still.
You're
ready
gonna
for
put
him.
it on one of them trophy bases.
I'm gonna glue it right on, right on top.
Big ass trophy base.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to, but now I want to. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, you have to. You have to now.
You got a
Oh
3D.
man.
You got a 3D print a statue for it to sit on
What's
top.
that?
No, that
Yep.
came out great, man. So did you
Yeah.
did you use the 80 watt for that?
The what? No. This off the tour. I haven't done use the OhmTech for anything yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No. I'm waiting because right now I'm building this huge display right now. So I'm working on that and finishing up a Dodger display. I'm delivering next week. So no more new projects right now. So it's there, it's set up, and working on that. Oh, except for the one where Matt has right there.
Yep.
I can't see it. The live is in the way of that.
Oh,
He's pointing. I see him pointing at something. It looks like he's pointing at the live time countdown. Or counting up.
Wolverine with the old Wolverine logo on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
He doesn't remember that you're in a little small screen because you're on your phone, so he expects you to see that, Ben.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, man. Signs R Us over here at JR's house, man. He's killing it.
Oh yeah.
Talented.
Talented. All.
There it is. You move this camera.
Oh, here.
Yep.
We can do this.
Oh yeah, that looks great. Wow, you did that, JR?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Does awesome work.
That one came out really good.
Yeah.
Oh, did I switch it? Oh, this view's better actually.
Yeah. This is better for Instagram too.
Yep.
Is it?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
Yes, it is better in Instagram.
Yeah.
And you're all a lot closer to the camera, which is nice. I can see your faces better.
Well, that's a good thing or not.
How you doing?
To be decided.
I mean, this has got to be the ugliest podcast on the fucking internet, but that's by far. But that's just Jesus Christ.
Can you hear those when we play them, Ben?
No, I don't hear them.
You don't hear them?
Oh, they
No,
don't
is
get through?
I heard it.
It all depends
Play it
on what
again?
server you're on, and it'll come through.
Play it. What were you trying to play?
That's what she said.
Oh no! When you're on your phone, you don't see them.
Yeah,
Really?
You don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're on your phone, you don't see it.
Well, watch the replay.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure.
I'm gonna go back and watch all of this. Actually, it's
Yeah, hold you.
You didn't even know it. What's Tyler? Let's pay attention to that Instagram.
My chat froze here. I got.
I'm breaking up. You guys are breaking up. I'm losing. I'm hearing like every other word. Anyways, I love you guys. I got my son all over me to get him dessert. So
Okay. You
All
got
right.
Anthony?
thanks for
Where's
letting me hang
ours?
out with you guys.
See you, Ben.
I got rainbow sherbet. I got rainbow sherbet for you, Matt. I know you
Come
love
on.
that shit.
I will eat it. Come on, bring it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. I was doing so good.
No, you
No,
weren't.
you weren't.
Oh no, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No.
No.
I've been.
Negative Ghost
you had
Rider.
about-
Negative
about
Ghost Rider.
You don't even
Bomb.
realize it's coming out.
Man,
Just
you're making me
Yeah,
look
but-
good.
You had
I
about 4
swear, I that was the first time I had cursed today.
No,
Nope.
I
drop
wish
of
that were
grenades,
true.
baby. Drop
I
of
wish that were
grenades.
true.
All right. Well, I love you guys. Thanks again. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Later.
It's been
I was doing so good.
yeah, nope.
Come on over
me look
to
good.
come on over to YouTube, Tyler. Y'all can get us on our YouTube page. My YouTube,
Is that
Steelblade
Tyler
Woodworks.
Forge 3D?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Send him a link. Have him join.
Yeah. Have him jump on. Shit.
Come on, Tyler, jump on.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Link it up.
Links in the bio.
In the bio.
That's right. You know it.
You get charged as soon as you hit it. Bling.
Right. Get that banner scrolling across the bottom. Link in bio.
Well, we have one. just for you.
What?
What?
There it is. That's right. Link in bio.
Done.
Dun, 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 dun,
I don't know if
Hey,
some
Matt.
of these are safe or not.
I got
now.
I got new
Tag
can,
some of them.
gloss clear from Fusion. So I want to see how this comes out.
Is that finish? What is that?
Yeah, it's just the clear, but I haven't used this one before. The one that I've been using is the Rust-Oleum satin finish.
Matt,
I want to see how this one's going to leave it.
Matt, you like that color better, don't you? That's your favorite color, clear.
Yes. I don't know.
I like all the pretty colors.
Well,
yeah, boy.
How off the rails is this going to go tonight? I'm just curious.
Oh, I
We
mean,
try and keep it PG, so
Yeah.
you know.
We
laugh
try.
on the swears. We try. Start doing that 46 seconds in.
We're not showing belly buttons, right? No belly buttons.
No.
He has one. He's just not going to show it.
After a few
We're
drinks.
not milking anyone tonight, correct?
Well, Matt might.
I don't think my
He's a
camera
milker.
has a wide enough view for my belly button, so we're safe on that.
I have a belly
the night is
button.
young. That's all I'll say.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you, sir?
Howdy.
Hey,
Getting out of the shop for a bit.
Yeah, it's nice that you were able to do that after your huge launch the other day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Joey, these are not your boxes, so don't get too excited.
Are those mine?
If it's
No,
a box,
yours.
he thinks it's his.
Yeah. He's got
He
a.
got me today because we were talking back and forth, and it came out of left field. I wasn't even expecting it. I almost spit my drink up because I was taking a drink when he responded, and we were talking about fucker. We were talking about vacuum tables.
Oh, there goes Joey.
Oh,
With
sorry. And he was like, I don't want to miss a sell, but have you checked out this black box from Hurricane? It's like a vacuum table for CNC, right? And I responded, I said, yeah, I've seen them, but I didn't want to make that investment. And he's like, funny, because it's a box and you like boxes.
The
Dude.
longer they marinate, the more you like them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No,
man.
so I guess who's left? I guess Matt got me his Mustachio got me his wish a little later this evening, so that's not gone out yet. And then Matt also got me his a little bit later this evening, so his isn't gone out yet, but everybody else is gone. So
Okay.
I got to get a pump yet before I do it.
any pump, if you got a Grabo, it'll work. I know that I was listening to the live from last Friday. Steve had sent me the link because it wasn't on. I couldn't find it on YouTube because it was on Joey's website, not on Creative Maker, or Joey's YouTube. And a Grabo will work. Pretty much any budget vacuum will work. Higher end vacuums, of course. We run a Vacuum Press 300 in the shop, but like their 150 is more than enough. A Grabo is more than enough, even to hold it. Even to hold a 9 for a 3,000 meter or 3,000 millimeter rail on a vertical surface. So, you can, run pretty much anything, just depending on what you're trying to do with it.
Oh, I just realized I could probably use my my vacuum pump for epoxy.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to get the right fittings to reduce it down. But yeah, that's what I'm going to use because I've got, I don't know how many I have out there.
What size are you running on that, Tyler? Is it like a quarter inch?
It's just quarter inch push to connect. So we had, I'm a Patreon for green shooters or grease splinters. And so I use the Discord there as a good sounding board to get feedback. And the guys were, ripping me pretty hard on the push to connect. And I'm like, dude, it's so available. And that's really the target of the product is something that is easy, affordable, adaptable, that you can quickly build a system to fit anything from face frames or vertical work surfaces or anything that you want to do. Even Joey, what you're talking about doing with the CNC, use it for pretty much anything that you need to use it for. And push to kit means you can build whatever system you want and not be tied into. Like Festool has the British threading on the Vaxis, which you have to get from McMaster, and then it's a whole thing. But yeah, it's pretty easy to find a connection fitting. And we just added some of the more common, splitters and things like that onto the website as well, to make it a little easier to kind of build out if you need to.
Cool. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try that out.
Yeah, I can't
But
wait.
I think you can get a Grabo. I mean, it's an easy connect to that.
Yeah. So the Pro Lifter 20 is the one that you'd want to get, the step up, because it has the port on it that's readily available, versus the non-digital one. I think there's the vacuum pressure gauge is actually on that port, and so they just use the same body from the AD or from the injection molding factory for both, and so they just plug it with the Pro Lifter 20, and then it allows you to use it. So
Cool. Yeah, they're $299, I guess, for Pro Lifter 20 on Amazon.
Oh, they got up that much? They used to be like sub $250.
Really?
Mm.
Well, there's one for $189, but I don't know if that one will work. That's
they've gone up. They've gone up. No, they've gone up. 268. 268 on 268.99 on Amazon right now.
you got to look through there and find it. Okay.
So the Pro Lifter is what you'd recommend, Tyler?
Yeah, the Pro Lifter 20.
Okay.
But I mean, that's great for everything. That's the nice thing, is it's great for moving plywood, using it as a vacuum pump for that. I mean, you can use it for a lot of different things in the shop. So you can use a Grabo a lot of different ways, and especially for plywood, it's great. MDF, no, because it's porous. But for plywood, it's great to. I've got two of those, and I've got two of the. I've got two of the DeWalt's as well. We're trying to do a fit out for a sustainer for the Grabos. The Grabos are a lot bigger than the DeWalt Grabos are a lot bigger than the original Grabos, but it's a little bit tighter fit in a sustainer. The DeWalt's also don't have the port on them, so you can't really use it without doing a base plate type assembly, which we'll come out with. Just trying to get the right plate substrate. HDPE work fine, but trying to find something that won't move quite as much in the sun as HDPE will.
No, I see a lot of people bringing the Grabo to the big box stores and grabbing plywood and stuff, and oh man, that looks so slick.
I've carried mine into Home Depot, and they look at me like, "What are you doing?"
I've done it at Lowe's. It helps out a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just like, oh, what is that?
I'm trying to go back to see what I paid for it the first time when I bought my first Grabo, but it's been a minute since I bought my first Grabo.
I don't find that one for $268.
It's on my business account. So under when I go on a business, so $277 is what I paid about this time last year for my second one.
Yeah, on Amazon it looks like that Pro Lifter is $299.
Yeah. If you're I found the same one if you're just on a normal consumer account.
Oh,
and for you guys that don't have Amazon business accounts, get an Amazon business account, because they do have a lot. They do have things for better pricing, and also if you do quantities, for example, sometimes you'll get good discounts.
Yeah, what is it, like 10 sometimes? Like you get a bulk discount or something?
Yeah, it depends on what it could be 2, it could be 5, it could be 10 quantity. So it can get pretty it can save you some money. You can also put your, of course, if you have a tax certificate, if you're reselling stuff, you can put your tax certain there, not pay tax, not pay sales tax on stuff. So,
well, plus you can split your personal expenses and your business expenses if you
Correct.
want to, with like a different account on that.
Yeah, correct.
Too.
Yeah.
And then tax season becomes way easier.
Yeah, reporting becomes a lot easier because you can just dump out your entire, Amazon purchase history right from there and hand it over to your CPA and go to work. So, hey, that looks familiar.
So quick question, Tyler,
Uh-huh.
on the Grabo, on the fitting,
Mhm.
what does it take to, like, what you're sending out? We're not going to have the fitting for that Grabo, right? We're going to have to buy one to screw into that.
If I can, I didn't send it, not knowing what everybody needed, so I didn't send that for anybody. But I can. We carry it in the shop. There's two different versions. So there's one. So Grabo just released their new remote that basically clips to the handle, so you can remotely actuate the holding power of the Grabo itself. So that if for woodworking applications, it's okay, but it's more for like heavy tile or something like that, where they might have a rigger where they can't easily reach up and grab the Grabo to actually release the pressure. So they come out with a remote that allows you to remotely trigger it, but you have to press two buttons as a safety measure because it's really designed for heavy lifting. So we have two different versions. One just standard where you can go back and forth from using it as Grabo or as a vacuum pump, or the second one would be that it also has an additional fitting to it, so you can use it with the remote, you can use it without the remote, you can use it as a normal Grabo, or you can use it as a vacuum pump. So it'll allow you to do basically every way that you could use a Grabo. So, we have that on the side as well. So if you guys have Grabos and you want one of those, I can drop those in the mail.
Just it seems like it's going to be I'll wait till I get and see what I'm going to do first.
Okay.
But cool.
I did put an expiration date on the outside of the box for you, Joey. This it expires.
So what you're saying is it's perishable.
Yeah. I was gonna put live animals, open quickly, but I was afraid it might get inspected or something.
So it can't marinate for 6 months, Joey.
We won't even have 2 weeks, so because we gotta mess with them before the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Try them out.
I believe I'll just hook mine up to my manifold. I have a manifold for my vacuum pump that I do for mine, and then I have a couple extra ports on that that'll just run hose over.
So I've got my vacuum press under my workbench. I don't have it actuated yet, but I've got a manifold off the back of that. One runs to an outlet, so I could use it with as intended with the bag. One that runs with a valve on it. One that runs over to the end of my table for when I got my Baxis, and then one that runs to two other outlets that I can run for the four that I have sitting on the side of my bench, or the one that sits at the end of the bench, so that I can get and use the pods on top of the bench or use it with a shaper or whatever else. So,
ooh.
Yeah. So you can, like I said, you can build out anything you want with a manifold and some relatively cheap pipe. And then push to connect fittings, and then like anything else with woodworking, it's the fittings that are a pain in the rear to get right, either for dust collection or air or vacuum. It's always trying to wiggle stuff together. But the push to connect means it's really as dead simple as you can possibly make it.
Yeah.
You used to have a lot of those fittings somewhere. I'm gonna have to find them.
You had them for your air system, for your air compressor system. I have some for those as well, and they work just as good.
I don't know.
A good thing, and they're readily available on Amazon. That's the other great thing. That's the other really good thing. So,
I'm trying to find some specialty fittings right now, and I can't seem to find them. But they're push connect fittings, and then it's got a toggle switch on it, so that way you can just pull it in whenever you need it.
Yeah.
Is that quarter-inch NPT? What size are those?
Well, I mean, quarter inch is the push to connect part, and then it comes in. You can get it 1032, 1/8, quarter, half. You can get it in, basically any variation for what you're putting it into. So if you have a manifold, so like if you go on Amazon in order to buy a manifold, aluminum manifold or McMaster or something like that, they have basically a manifold that has every possible permutation of pipe fitting on it. And then you just got to say, I need 1/4 inch to this pipe.
Whatever it is, right?
Yeah. So Pneumatics Plus is a good website, but you got to buy a minimum of 10 there. Amazon, you get to more esoteric fittings and it's a little bit harder to find. McMaster usually has a pretty good selection as well. If you're trying to find a random assortment.
I love that I have a distribution center of them right down the road.
Well, you're like on the border of Alabama and Georgia, aren't you?
I am.
You might as well be on the moon for me. I'm up 85 going towards South Carolina, so you're at the opposite end. But yeah, I can place an order at like 7 o'clock on in the afternoon, and 8 a.m. the next morning. There's a package from McMaster sitting on my doorstep. So it's pretty handy. It's a little sporty sometimes. McMaster is, their shipping's not cheap. So you got to make sure you're getting adequate stuff to make the minimum $14 shipping fee worth it.
So my office is in Douglasville, Georgia,
okay,
right there off 20. And McMaster is like right down the road to Lower Road is where it's at. So I don't have to do the shipping. I just send somebody to go pick it up.
Oh, you go pick it up, yeah. Uline for me is the same way. Their distribution center, they just actually opened up Will Call, back not too long ago, because I always thought it was hilarious that I'd order it and it would go to UPS, so it would go screaming past me in my house, and then but now I can go pick it up as long as
And
Will Call's nice.
McMaster, I think they have everything.
They do.
And if they don't have it, they will have it. It's crazy. Some of the things I found on there that's just like, I need this. They have it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sourcing, especially if you're sourcing single items, it's really nice. You might pay a premium, for single item stuff, but they'll have it, and you don't have to go looking for it, and they deliver quickly. But for me, there's some things that I can't get there because it's just too, the individual unit price is too high versus where you could source it other places. Not as reliable sometimes, but it's all about margin.
Yeah, IG killed us. And the first time it's done that, it usually lets us run however long we want to run.
They said nay.
Yeah,
Not
right in
today.
an hour it died.
Yeah, it sent a message on right here. I had to kill it.
I had to come back in here just so I could watch
Ask a
this
question.
You can go.
Well, I did want to ask a question. Are you guys using the Grabo for like? Is that like? Do they have it set up for like a CNC to make it like a vac table?
I wouldn't trust it for that. I mean, you can use it for a lot of things, but for like where there's going to be a lot of lateral force, I would probably want something, like what Joey was asking, when we were having a conversation earlier. You can use the pods with a CNC. I wouldn't be really aggressive in the cuts with it if you're doing that. I tested some older pods when we first got our Onefinity, and that's what made me go to a full vacuum table on it, because you can put enough lateral force on something that it causes it to come loose if you really got aggressive with a cut and it catches. So for a vacuum table, you can do a vacuum. The air weight system's amazing for really hobbyist work, but the black box, I guess it's their Storm. So for most people that have a 4x4 or under 4x4 or under CNC, which is going to be most prosumer type stuff, the black box is Storm. I think is $1,700, and you're ready to go with some PVC pipe and some gates, and it'll pull a vacuum enough where you can't. There's no way in hell you can move it. For these, you put 2 of these down. And you'd have a real hard time. Yeah, you'd have a really, really hard time moving it. But I don't know that I would run it. If you're babying your CNC, okay. But the use case really is for where you're putting your hands on something. And you couldn't spin a piece of wood off of it and become a projectile throwing it across. Throwing it across the shop. Yeah,
That could be exciting too.
it
So
could
And
be.
Tyler developed these. He's selling these on his website. So these are
Yeah,
his backpacks that he sells.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The one on the left, the Maximus, the one on the right, is the Minimus. The one you can see the two on the front of my extrusion there is also the Minimus pods. So it's really adaptable to be able to use on MFT, dashboard, track tubes, T-track, screw it to the side of your workbench, really anything. And then on top, MFT, traditional 3/4 inch dogs, or even in a T-track style top, you could use that. It doesn't have vacuum. It doesn't have vacuum on the back of the pods. I've had that question before. For the use case we were trying to address, if somebody's trying to use it on MFT, for example, you can't pull a vacuum, on an MFT because it's in, it's MEDI, high-end MDF, and so you can pull air through it, so it's porous. So you wouldn't be able to pull a vacuum on an MFT, and so trying to find the most adaptable thing, attaching it to something is really, really what we were gunning for.
Interesting.
These are the ones up here that I find like can be very helpful.
Yeah, so those I haven't released the bracket pod yet, so that's just an adaptation. Here's one right here. It's actually probably that one right there. I haven't released that one yet, so it'll allow you to adapt. So you could do side clamping or use a clamp on, for a cabinet assembly or something like that really quickly. So these will go up, I'd say, probably next week on the website.
Hey, Matt.
We can make some changes.
Oh, lost him.
There
Hey, how
he
far
is.
would you have gone if I hadn't stopped you?
Hey, got him, and I missed it. Damn it, Scott.
So yeah, I was going to ask you if they vacuum on the back. I'm glad you answered that, because I don't have like a dog style table or anything with the T-track. I just have a sheet of what's the white stuff called again?
Melamine.
Melamine. Thank you. I was blanking on it. Yeah, I just have that. So I was curious how I would, in my situation, how would I utilize it?
Drill a dog hole.
Yeah.
How much cooler would it be if you did have one?
Yeah,
it's true. It's very true.
Dog holes will change the way you work. I mean, be it for traditional woodworking or for MFT style stuff. That was the biggest change to my shop when I built my my custom MFT style table with extrusion. It completely changed the way that I clamped or worked, and it was a big change. It was a big change for me. We considered coming out with one that does the vacuum hold down, but for the market that we were trying to address right off the jump, it was the best choice for us to not. Now with like the H2D around, if we're going to 3D print them, if you were going to machine them, it'd be a little bit easier, use an HDPE or something like that, where you could do a two-sided machining operation to create the suction area on both sides. But for how we wanted to try to keep pricing down without having to machine something, it made more sense. But with the H2D, the dual head, it's something that has popped, that I've considered since taking delivery of my two H2Ds, if it might be worth trying. But my first foray into head printing with two completely dissimilar materials did not go well, because PLA is not a great support material for ABS glass fiber or carbon fiber, because the temperature differential is so bad. The PLA just got really, really, really soggy and jammed the extruder, and the H2D is not an easy beast to try to get in to get the filament out of the extruder. So that's actually what that box is some ABS support material to do some testing on some other things. But it did pop into my head when I was thinking about it. It may open up the avenue to have a two-sided pod, as opposed to machining it. So
it's cool. I was just curious.
Yeah.
So you have that to look forward to, Joey, with your new H2D printer.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's very easy to get into. I was looking at that last night when I was watching it print. That that's a lot of
It's a
mass
lot.
sitting there.
It's a lot of
that.
moving. It's a lot of moving parts on that. I mean, it's really neat what they've done with the way it switches back and forth, and the way that they tackled some of the traditional problems of an IDEX top machine. But yeah, you know, when you break your brand new shiny H2D, I hadn't even got the other one. I am playing a little bit of Joey right now. I do have a second H2D that is sitting in a box, just FYI, that has not been taken out because my extrusion hasn't showed up from my supplier for me to build my rack. The last time I built a temporary rack, I just went and bought, you know, Home Depot special set of shelves, and then it proceeded to sit in, half built, because I only needed part of it for my X1s. And my wife told me, just wait, just put this one. And the other one's sitting on the Festool CSC 50 table right now, printing on top of that because I couldn't wait. I have one still sitting in the box. So,
And that thing moves a lot, doesn't it? They did that. That thing shakes quite a bit.
yeah, I put my so I've got my X1s. I bought the squishy feet for them because there's so many of them on the racks, and I was trying to keep it to dampen. So my X1s move a lot too, like a lot. So they just integrated that directly from the factory this time. So it does shake about like my X1s. I don't think it's that big a difference. It puts off a lot more heat, a whole lot more heat, than the X1s because of the heated chamber. And I've been doing a lot of ABS style printing with it, which means the chamber is going to heat itself up. So I've enjoyed it. It's allowed me to do a couple things that I hadn't been able to do before, and then also break things that I shouldn't have done. So
How's the laser on it?
I didn't get the laser. I've got 4 lasers sitting in the other part of the shop. So there's zero reason to laze and put particulate matter into a what I would want to be a very clean environment to then have to clean up and then do the 3D printing. I think it's a neat idea and concept for somebody that wants to be a maker but's not doing production or anything like that. Yeah. I'm more interested in it from the cutter perspective. I'm when they do release the cutter as a upgrade option, I'll probably get that just to have. I don't have a silhouette or cameo or anything like that to play with, and so the cutter option is interesting to me just to play with more than anything else. But that would mean taking them out of production, making money into play. So,
what size laser? What size laser is in that bamboo?
I think they have a 40 watt.
Yeah, they have a 40 watt.
I think they have a 40 watt. I don't know that it's available yet. I don't know that the yeah, so that you can order it now. So you can order the 40 watt now.
I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird.
Pre-order
included that.
The 40 watts the 40 watt, the 10 watt and the 40 watts pre-order right now. So you still can't get them.
That's a big jump from a 10 watt to a 40 watt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Why? Yeah. I don't know why. 10 watt, you're just going to mark some stuff. 40 watt, you cut some thin stuff.
I cut stuff on my 10 watt.
No, and then are you going to need a honeycomb for it as well?
It comes with I don't remember what the bed comes with. I completely when they started talking laser on it, I just completely glossed over. I'm like, I got a CO2, I've got a fiber. I don't need. I've got a diode that never gets used when I got my CO2. I just keep it so that if I have something really, really big that I want to go mark, I built a hatchet target for somebody, and they wanted something marked on it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just drag the diode over to it as opposed to trying to run it through the CO2.
Yeah, their website is kind of funny sometimes to find things.
I didn't realize that it all wasn't one thing. I didn't realize haven't done a lot of research. I have the P1P and I got it and I love it, and it's pretty much I'm set for a 3D printer for a while.
It's kind of
I didn't
it's
realize.
It's kind of like the Onefinity where you can put the laser on the front.
The JTech.
Got it.
Yeah, so you
Got
can
it.
it's the same. It's really the same concept.
Got it.
You have
Got
your
it.
two printer heads that are there, and then you just take the laser module or the cutter module, and you basically snap it into place on
Got
the
it.
front of the head. So it's basically if you've seen the Onefinity JTech, it's the similar concept. Or I guess I think Avid has or JTech has an adapter for the Avid as well, and some others that you can just take and put the JTech or put a laser rod on the front. So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like I said, for makers that are just doing playing and a little creation and mixing laser, mixing a cutter, and mixing 3D printing is interesting. I'd be interested to see how well it does. A diode's a little finicky, marking plastic. So marking marking your prints does take it up a little bit of a notch from a production or a product perspective. But I would be interested to see how the diode does on marking plastic as well, because I played with it a little bit with I guess I got 5 lasers technically. I've got an F1 that I never use from X Tool, and it has a diode and a fiber on it. And
is it still in the box?
It's not in the box. It's sitting at the bottom of one of my laser benches. I got it out and played with it quite a bit because it's a lot less temperamental than my fiber was.
Which one are you using to mark up the pods?
My UV laser. So
UV.
I bought
The new one.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah, so I bought the F1 to try to do a project on, but it just didn't have the oomph behind it, and so I ended up buying a fiber laser. And I thought if I bought a MOPA where you can tune a lot of different things on it, it allowed me to mark plastic as well, but not so much. It will, but it's more science. It's more art than science. A fiber laser is the people. If you ever seen the coins being done on YouTube or Instagram, and some of the things the guys do with fiber lasers and colors, I'm like, you guys are artists, because it's ridiculous tuning, with all the frequencies and pulse widths and power and speeds to get the colors or the gradients that they get out of it. It really is. But a UV is dead simple. I mean, it's like 2 different things that you can adjust on it. And there's a lot of good libraries out there that allow you to pick the material and then hit the material and go, yeah, that looks good, and move on. So the pods are getting marked for that. A lot of our stuff now is going to be marked with it that wasn't marked before, because it's a little bit less temperamental. Mustachio is getting a prototype. So
yeah.
Prototype what?
So we have our sys rails, which the guys in the Discord for 3 Splinters wanted something like this adapted, and so we took an idea that was already out there and tried to improve on it with basically pull-out slides for a Sustainer 3, and so we have one for the normal width Sys 3 cabinets, that if you have like the Sys 3 that you already have the normal Festool or Tanos rails for, we have one width for that, and then one width that fits if you have like Sys AZ drawers in your shop. We have a set that fit that width as well. And so up until now, we've been making them out of basically PETG. Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
And
A little bit.
we're changing filament suppliers to try to improve the overall product. And one of the things is we're making a material change on the Sys rails to ABS carbon fiber. And so I had a test set sitting around. I had 2 test sets, one that I have that I've not put in my cabinet yet because I've been distracted, and then another set I was like, I'll just send these to somebody. And so when Mustachio said he wanted some rails, I sent him some of the old school PETG ones, and then some of the new school ABS carbon fiber ones.
Real quick, guys, I gotta take off. I gotta go get my son something to eat right now because something happened. So I'm out.
All right,
Later, JR.
Later.
So they get to do some testing.
Matt procrastinates a lot, so I don't know if you'll get your data back very quick.
Hey.
And he's in a shop. He's in a shop reorg, and he'll grab a sustainer and go, "I don't have anywhere to put this," and then he'll put it right in.
No. I'll have a cabinet. I'll have a cabinet ready before that shows up.
Bless you.
And yeah.
Man, that's 2 weeks. You better start building it.
1 week.
I mean, it's 4 sides.
One screw a day, right? So if it's one
Hey, it's
screw
2
a day,
weekends. 2 full week. 2 full weekends.
Don't forget, next weekend he's got an extra day, right? It's a Memorial Day.
yeah, exactly.
It took him
3-day
4 months
weekend.
just to get one shelf up.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, we all get distracted in the shop. It's okay.
Squirrel.
It's a safe. It's a safe space. Everybody gets
That's right.
distracted in the shop.
That's
Such
right.
negativity, gentlemen. I just can't handle it.
No, we're positive about this.
Yeah.
Quite positive.
So Tyler,
Yeah.
is that what you're using for a vacuum table for your CNC, the black box?
Yeah. So, but when we got the Onefinity, I knew I needed to do something because one of the reasons I got the Onefinity was for a particular thing, which was cutting plastic and drilling holes in plastic. And how do you hold plastic down except for with a vacuum table? And Black Box is here in Atlanta. Matt, I don't know if you knew that. They're up in Alpharetta. And great people. They build them right there on site. So I reached out to them and saved me freight to go get it. And I love the Black Box. It puts out a ton of heat. So we actually, it was one of the first products that I created to sell was an adapter, because the Storm doesn't have a threaded, it just has a square hole on the side of it. And so actually printed a adapter to allow you to do a heat dump to outside. My neighbor must wonder how many dryers and laundry pieces of equipment I have in my house, because there's like 17 holes in the side of my house for different things being exhausted. And so I'd called them and asked them if they had an adapter, and they said no. But the heat coming off of it would make it really hard to do. And I'm like, challenge accepted. So, some high temperature nylon, and it works great to dump the heat out. That was my only real complaint about it. And then bad decisions on my plenum design to build it into the actual table that this Onefinity sits on top of, and then putting your registration elements in that plenum, and then finding out your Onefinity's not square led to some.
Oh, that could be a problem.
Yeah, that was my fault. Not the Onefinity's, not the Black Box. That was my fault in the design.
So what's the black? So I just recently bought the Onefinity just for a couple projects I got coming up. And so what's this Black Box you're talking about for the vacuum table?
So Black Box is a if you type in Black Box vacuum into the Googles, it'll take you right to their website. So they have basically small, medium, large. Large would be for like a 5x10. Medium, I'm not sure what they quote the medium to.
Right there, yeah.
But the Storm is the Hurricane. I think Asheville.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So the Hurricane. What's the guy in Asheville? Damn it!
Holy cow! This would work for the Avid that I'm looking at buying.
Yeah, it'll work for an Avid as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the Storm on the right hand side, I think they quote up to like a 4x4. So I have four zones on the Onefinity, which is way overkill for the Onefinity. But I have four zones on it, and that thing, there's zero. Yeah, I don't care if you have two guys pulling on it, you're not pulling it off.
I appreciate a company that names their stuff like cool stuff like that, like Cyclone and Hurricane, Storm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and they're good, and they're good people too. I like them. They've been great to work with. So, yeah.
That's
So
not
that's
bad.
That's just for the vacuum. What did you end up using for the table
The
to
bed, yeah.
create
I
for
used
your bed?
I used Valcromat for my plenum field because Valcromat is basically high in MDF, so does porous. So I used Valcromat because I just wanted it to be black and look cool. But you could use Baltic birch. You could use anything as your plenum. My table's all extrusion, so really stable, really flat. Torsion block construction out of 15 series, so 15 by 30, or excuse me, 1.5 by 3 inch extrusion under it, so really rigid. And then I've got a HDO tabletop, then a laminated piece of Valcromat on top of that, and then the Valcromat's my plenum, where I cut and that's nerve wracking is when you're cutting your plenum that's under your CNC that your CNC's affixed to. That is a little nerve wracking. So there were a lot of test cuts on just MDF to make sure the pattern was right and everything. And so just cut the plenum right there under it. And then I can throw, I have like 7 different jigs that have registration elements as part of them. So I can take for like the plastic assemblies that I make and put 2 different sides on, so we can cut 6 different pieces of plastic real quick. And programming will start on one side, and then 6 minutes later it's on the other side, and I could make it run faster, but it runs 12 minutes for a cycle for 6 pieces of plastic. I could push it and make it run faster, but then I would just be sitting there babysitting it all the time. 12 minutes means that I can go do something else for 12 minutes versus if I ran it down to 8 minutes, then what's the use of it walking away? I can't get much done in 8 minutes. So.
It's almost
that,
just looking at them. It's almost an overkill for the size of Journeyman I bought the Journeyman, so
that's what I have.
Overkill. It's almost an overkill for that.
I got the Foreman. Yeah. I mean, what's overkill? What's overkill?
It's not going to go nowhere.
It's not going to go. Well, the good thing is it's not going to go anywhere, and you can always use it on something. My intent was to get something that I could, either, originally I was looking like a 4x4 Phantom or something like that. If I could dedicate shop space to it, but I think a Storm you could run even bigger, or I could run 2 Storms, on a full 4x8 later on, just by adding a second vacuum, and then I could zone it to 8 zones without any problem to work on small pieces or big pieces.
I plan on buying a 6-foot Avid by 16-foot long.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want to make sure I bought the one that would work for that.
The Hurricane. I think they talk about the Hurricane 5x10. Call them. They're absolutely amazing people. They really are. They're really great people. Like I said, they're here in Atlanta. And
I thought initially I would when I did my bed, I would probably just do dog holes. Is what I was looking at probably doing.
If you're doing production, anytime, and I know, time is a premium for you with dryers and everything else. Get clamping, that kind of stuff. You got to. I mean, I still have to clamp some things if it's small, but overall, if I'm doing production stuff, I don't have to think about it. I just put the substrate. I change out I take the jigs off. But hello there, puppy dog. I take the jigs off. Oh, there's another one. Mine's
hit the button and it sucks it right down the way
it's
you go.
Button sucks it right down. And I mean, I can do something, as small as a quarter of my table very easily. And then it's if you're doing production, having a vacuum table, even if you're doing even if you're a high-end hobbyist, a vacuum table is it's what got me addicted to vacuum work holding, because it's just dead simple. You don't have to worry, you don't have to think, you don't have to concern yourself with it. You just put your substrate down, open up the vent, and go to town.
We still talking about vacuum tables?
Yeah. Go to town.
All right. Tyler, it's a pleasure meeting you.
You
I
too,
could
man.
listen to you talk about vacuum tables all day, but I gotta go. It's been a pleasure, Joey. I'm not coming back tonight. Thank you guys. Love you
Not with
guys.
that attitude, you and I.
I
See you,
love you,
man.
Matt. I swear to God. All right, bye, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Later.
There's
Well, funny story. So I don't know, Steve. I don't even know if Steve, you weren't even there. I don't think you were there that late because I ended up having control. So I guess it was the last. I was Beer of the Boys or Bourbon of the Boys, the three splinters.
Oh yeah, I think I had to duck out.
I think you had to duck out.
I think I ducked out at like 2 a.m.
No, I don't know if you were there the last time because Jason gave me hosting stuff.
Oh
and
no,
we should
that was
That was
was that the
Beers.
night I was driving to Buffalo?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that was
Okay.
not.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
it was like
beers.
midnight
Yeah,
I
that
ducked
was
out.
beers
Yeah.
with the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're sitting there and we're on, and it's late. I mean, it's late, and the governor, what's his
Gary. Gary
Gary.
French.
So he's
I
from
see.
the UK. He's from the UK,
Oh yes.
and he went to bed. He went to bed in the UK, and then for some reason, I don't know what possessed him to get back on when he woke up,
At
and we were
6
still
a.m.
we were still
Dude,
on.
he's done that before.
Absolutely.
Because I think I got off early that night, this last time.
Yeah,
But
it was funny.
but Gary's done that before.
That was
All of a
really-
sudden
it
it's
was-
like
it was
3 o'clock in the morning and he hops back on.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was funny.
He was great. That was my first live with you guys, or my first Zoom with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You met the mayor?
I met
Met the mayor.
everybody.
Yeah.
I met
Yeah.
everybody. That was a great night. I had a good time.
Everybody on there is awesome. I'm not gonna lie. They are all good people.
Yeah, except for that Jason guy.
Oh yeah. That's everybody on Discord. Everybody hates Jason.
That's right.
Don't
We love
tell him I
Jason.
said
I'm
that.
kidding. We love him.
Speaking of which, I bumped my membership up, so I'm in the bourbon crew now.
You're in the bourbon crew
Nice.
now.
Oh,
Nice.
There goes the neighborhood.
there
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah, they don't record their live events like this though. So
Yeah.
No,
There's
thank
a
God.
reason.
Michelle or Patrick had posted the Sedgley, the wingman trifecta on Instagram. I guess earlier this week, and I posted, I still laugh when I think about the session when we workshop names on
Oh,
Bourbon
yeah.
with the Boys. I don't know that I have laughed that hard in my entire life with some of the names that shall not be spoken of outside
No,
of that
absolutely
environment.
not.
But I will tell you, it was comical. And, Michelle's response is, I have learned my lesson.
Yeah.
90% of them. Yeah, 90% of them
We're not
weren't
appropriate.
even real names. Yeah.
I don't think any of them were appropriate.
Oh, I don't know the last time I laughed that hard.
Yeah, that's a good crew.
Come on, wait.
Definitely a good crew.
Oh,
Joey, I heard you say you're coming to SplinterCon this year?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep. We'll be there.
I
I'll
booked
be
my
down-
flights the other day.
I see there's still 10 tickets.
Do it. You know you want to, Scott.
I do want to.
Just do it.
That's right there in the middle of your silly season, though, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah. But I got a really good group of salesmen, a really good group of guys. I think they would manage without me.
we'll do it. I'll be there.
You should 100% do it if you can.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's
And
I
we get an
think,
extra day this year.
yeah, we do get an extra day. That actually is nice. Break the drive up a little bit. Of course, that will be right after my drive to Texas. Is that
Ooh.
2 weeks after? Yeah, it's 2 weeks after.
You're coming, Austin.
Yeah. I'll be
what
at
is
the
it?
Oh, is that IWF?
Yeah,
Woodworking Festival.
Woodworker Festival.
Oh,
Texas Woodworking.
Texas
Yeah.
Woodworking Festival. Is that
I'm not
before
going
or
to make
after?
it
2
before.
weeks before. 2 weeks before. You're not coming. You're not going to be there.
2 weeks before.
I was just coming to see you, Joey.
Sorry.
Are Are we still live?
Yes.
We are.
On
We
YouTube.
Well,
can end it. We
We're,
can
we're
end
live
it
on
if we want.
YouTube. We
No.
we can
Southern
Oh, yeah.
end it if you
Ohio
want. and
area.
just-
No, it doesn't bother me. I've still been kind of trying to watch my language.
Any of
Yeah.
y'all
So-
Southern Ohio or close by?
I'm
No,
I'm,
but we will be in September.
In September, we will be.
end of
I'll be
September.
driving through there in a couple weeks when I go back out to Indiana, going back to
Oh
Mark
yeah,
Adams.
what's this one?
So this is a 2-day weekend class. It's a Saturday, Sunday. It is to make 2 of the jigs that we used in the guitar making class. So it's the jig that we use to bend the sides and form the sides through heat. And then the other one is a router mount that if you can picture a square that telescopes in and out of a larger square on drawer runners. And then that is used to go around the perimeter of the guitar for routering in the area for the binding. So basically
okay.
a rabbit on the top and on the back. So you can put the bindings in.
Cool.
So
So
I'll be building
class to
both
build
of those.
the jig. A class to build the jig to build the thing. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, marketing.
I don't know if I told you. So my son, my middle son, he's started playing guitar. He's been playing now for a couple of years and being self-taught, and so he's messed up. He's messed up his guitar. It's cheap, first thing. So I told him I would buy him, a new guitar for having a good school year. And so we started looking at guitars, and he told me he didn't want to build a guitar, but he started it's really hard. I said, hey, I know a guy that just built one. He goes, I'd really like to do that. And I'm like, that is the first time he's ever said he wants to do anything
That's awesome.
anything in the shop. And I'm like, maybe we should start out with like a birdhouse, dude, because that's a big jump to go right.
It is.
To go right the guitar for you.
Yeah. There are
But,
certainly
I
some
support
skills
it.
you would prefer to have before going into making a guitar.
So
Yeah.
shouldn't have you done the jig class first? Had the jigs built before you made the guitar?
In theory, yes, but that's partly why I went to the guitar making class, is to learn how to make the guitar. And now this is like kind of the next step if you want to make some on your own.
Okay.
Right. He had a whole bunch of them. Like he brought it was a big Econoline van. And it was just packed full of stuff. I mean, enough for 12 people to, I think there were 3 bending jigs. There were 2 of the router jigs, and then everything else, all the tools, all the wood, all the necks, all the pieces and parts and everything. So the jigs that were used to sand the radius on the top and on the back, which are different. So yeah, a ton of stuff.
Oh, the picture. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw all the pictures he posted. And he might have. I don't know if you put them out everywhere, but on the Discord, were just.
Yeah, most of them I just did on the Discord.
Yep.
They were.
Yeah.
I mean, the detail. I mean, I was. Oh.
Yeah, I kind of used it as a little bit of a brain dump at the end of each night. So I didn't want to kind of. Well, first of all, I couldn't record any video because they didn't allow it.
Yeah.
So, now that I've gone through the class, I could have probably asked, and they would probably been like, "Yeah, not a problem." But not knowing, I just took photos, and it was just kind of my way to decompress after the long day and try and put it in writing as to what I did. So, yeah.
The amount of work y'all did in a week to get his.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Like Sedge stopped by one of the days. I think it was Monday, so it was like day 3. He stopped by at like lunchtime, and he was like, "Holy crap, this is kind of like intense."
Yeah.
And yeah, So
was it Friday to Friday? Was that was the?
it was Saturday to no, when was it? Yes, it was Friday to Friday. Yes, because Easter was the weekend it ended. So they pushed everything back one day.
Yep.
So yep. Yeah, it was great class. I will if I can swing it next year, I will 100% be going back if I can do it, with vacation and job and everything. Yeah, I'll definitely go back for that.
No, it's great. It's great pictures. Great pictures.
Yep. And I found out that should I decide to pursue the master's certificate through Mark Adams, it already counts as an elective. So I'm one class out of the 10 completed.
Did you get that in writing? Because I've had problems when they say something counts as an elective, and then at the last
It's
second,
on the website, man.
Okay.
So it's in writing.
So what does that mean when you get all 10? What happens then?
You basically get a certificate and get recognized as a master woodworker through the Mark Adams School.
So we'd have to call you Master then, huh? Master Steve?
Sure, you could. But I think you can hold off on that a little bit. It's probably going to be a while. Yeah, it'd be 5 years if I did 2 classes a year there. And they're all 1 week classes. So
wow.
So where is Steve Idarola? It's like putting a doctor in front of his name.
Yep. Master Steve.
Yep.
And we'll leave it at that.
You can go different ways with that.
Yeah, I'll go get the lightsaber, and we can.
I don't think that's what Joey was going for.
I'm trying to steer it there.
He's trying to steer me away from it.
That's right. Yeah. So Tyler, are you doing a booth down at?
Yeah, I'm right next to Patrick and Michelle.
Oh,
so
excellent.
it'll be our first exhibiting, anywhere. I guess technically exhibited a little bit at SplinterCon or Green Suiters Con, last year, and then being illicitly hiding stuff in a hotel room for Workbench Con, but this will be out in the open, on the up and up. The funny part is the price for Texas Woodworking Fair, with the thousands of people that will come through it, is like a tenth of what they were charging for Workbench Con.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Workbench Con was just out. Yeah, they were crazy about what they were charging for booth space. So that's the only reason I didn't do it.
Are you doing this solo, or do you have someone coming to help you?
That guy. This guy.
What is it, 2 days or 3 days?
2 days. I'm not too worried. I'm a veteran of shows from years of corporate jobs, and then my dad was in the nursery business growing up, so I worked a lot of trade shows in my formative years. It shouldn't be too bad. I purposely picked a place next to familiar faces, because Patrick and Michelle will be with Leather by Dragonfly. They'll be there exhibiting, so I'll know them at least right next door.
Yep.
I haven't looked at.
I might try to swing it. It's not that far from me.
Yeah.
No, it's not that far. It's a long drive for me, so I'm gonna drive it so I can bring all the kit, bring everything down, and then turn around and do it again up to Cincinnati. So.
My God, we got enough hotel points.
Yeah, I got to get in a hotel. I haven't done that yet. I paid for the event and all that good jazz, and then
I tell you what, when we were looking,
how much were tickets?
Yeah, for normal people, not for people who are exhibiting.
I don't know, but I have extra. If you want to come, I have an extra exhibitor pass, Steve. So
okay.
If you want to get in there. I think if you buy it now, they're on sale. I believe I've been getting emails. I think if you wait, it's a little like $200 or something like that. Maybe I may be wrong. Let me look at it. Let me look.
Yeah, but I have an. If you want, if you're wanting to come, I have an extra exhibitor pass.
Yeah, we'll have to talk offline about that. I may or may not be employed at that point. We're waiting to see. So if I'm not employed, it'll be a lot easier to go.
Yeah. So and then same thing for like for SplinterCon. I've got like an extra exhibitor pass for that. So did you meet John at WorkbenchCon?
Yeah. Which
John
John?
Bulow. John Bulow. He just signed up as a patron for 3 Splinters as well.
I don't think so. Not unless we met downstairs one of the evenings that we're all hanging out and there were like 500 people around.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably did. So he may be coming to WorkbenchCon on my he's a patron now. But I asked Jason about it just to make sure it was on the up and up. But he's gonna be doing some content stuff for me. Because he's trying to get started in content. So he just did one for handling company that does like faux shiplap and stuff like that. So he just did something for them.
Cool.
So he's gonna try to do some stuff for me as well.
Cool.
I think the daily passes are like stupid cheap.
They're not too bad. No.
If you want an all access pass, it's $335. And but that's like getting all the classes, and I tell you what, that place it was a madhouse this past year when I went.
But I want madhouse, lots of people.
Yeah, that's good.
There was a lot of people. You're gonna get that.
This is probably the event to go to now as woodworkers, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm interested. The big question for me is how much kit do I take, for sell on the show floor, to try to capture the business there versus you try to, get the order and say, we'll ship it to you, what that looks like. I've got to figure out what that, to offer a show special. But what I may probably do is offer a show special, free shipping or something like that. And, take the order while I'm there and offer the free shipping is probably the best case. I'll have probably examples of pretty much anything and everything. So I'll bring a cabinet that has the Sysrails in it and has all our stuff, and I'll have a most likely a exhibit of a French cleat wall to hold things, and the MFT, and then I think track tubes. I think Fred with track tubes is gonna give me a couple of those tubes to take down and show off for him as well. So I think that's what we'll. I've got to start planning a booth layout pretty soon.
Yeah, and then what you can do is, the last day of the show, you can start selling everything that you brought and do show discount, and then you don't have to haul it all back.
And the thing is, if I was flying, it makes sense, but I'm going to be carting in the car one way or another. So,
Yeah.
But I'd really like to sell it. That would be the ideal price. Yeah. So.
Yep. That's awesome.
So Joey, what have you got printed on the H2D so far?
Just that mask. I mean, that's it. I haven't done nothing else. I haven't had a chance.
Oh, so it was a mask. It wasn't a. It was
it wasn't that
cup. It wasn't a cup.
No, it was not that. Yeah, I did a bench. I did a benchy, and then I did the. It's for my grandson. I did a Spider-Man mask. You can't see it, but I don't want to pull it off yet because I still got to shoot that portion of the video.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So so I'm refraining myself from pulling it.
I didn't see. I hadn't seen the story on it. Is it a multicolor or just single color?
It's just single. The way that design is, it's got three. You print the main mask out of red, then you do the outside portion of the eyes in black. I don't know why it wouldn't do it all together.
Probably time. I mean, probably time. The change speed on any of them is so ridiculously slow compared to just printing multiple pieces and clicking it together. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's got two heads, right? Aren't you able to?
It speeds it up. If you have a primary color with red, for example, which would be Spider-Man, and you put that on the outside spool, and then you had your two secondary colors, white and the black, it would be a hell of a lot faster than the X1C, like orders of magnitude faster. But still, a lot of color changes is still slow. The big use for me is multi-material printing, where you can have a different support structure, for easy. So there's a prototype product we're talking about. That's sitting on my desk. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't stays out of sight. That to do it, I needed TPU and to have a support material for TPU, because TPU does not play well with TPU support material, and so PLA works really well for it. And so that was the first multi-material print, running TPU through the external extruder, or external, and the PLA through the AMS. And so I was very pleased with it. And then I tried ABS and PLA together, and that didn't go quite as well. So, but I think that's the big thing for, from a product perspective, Joey, even for, what you're trying to do is, being able to mix two filaments for either support or putting two dissimilar filaments. Like if you're, I even consider how we could possibly use TPU, and ABS or PLA or PETG or whatever, and have TPU elements for flexibility or something like that, and print them together. That's interesting from a design perspective.
Yeah, I have a long ways to go with it. I got to mess with it and see what it's all about. It literally came out of the box, and it's actually, there's really nothing to do to it. You put the reel carriage on the outside and just cut and take screws out. The screen's on it already. I mean, there was nothing. There's really
it's getting
nothing.
It's hefting it up somewhere.
Yes. I was amazed, because I was looking up, like when I got the P1, when I got the P1Ss, there was a little bit of stuff to do, not much, right? Especially if you got to mount the AMS module in the back. But this thing, it's just plugging in the PTFE tubes and plugging in the cord for the AMS, and just cutting some binder wraps, zip ties, and taking out some foam. I mean,
it was besides hefting it up into place, it was pretty easy assembly.
Yeah, that thing is heavy. It's really heavy.
It is.
And it's big. It's like you look at that, and then I turn around and I look at these P1Ss, and I'm like, I mean, it's like I thought these were big, right? And then you put this animal over here, and you look across, and it's like those are like tiny.
Tiny. It is. I mean, when you see the build, I took a picture and posted it for somebody of the build plate. You put the X1 build plate on top of the HCD build plate, and it's just monstrous. It's monstrous. And that's that was one of the things that changed. One of the things that changed what we released for SysGrip with the shaper. Originally, it was two pods that went on the side of the shaper, because I had nothing that would print something the full width of a shaper plate to use. And so the first thing, as soon as I saw that they released it, I started redesigning something to fit on that bed. And so that was the very first thing I printed, was literally a full-size vacuum pod to fit the shaper. And I was like, oh, this is great. And so I sent it to I'd given a set to Mike Coffey for some testing, and to Eric Curtis for some testing, and the original ones. And I sent the picture to Mike Coffey, and he's like, oh, that's so much better. I like that. That fits what we need to do. And I'm like, great. This is what we'll release then. I'll send you one to test. And I sent the picture to Eric Curtis, and he goes, I like the earmuffs better. I'm like, damn it.
Princess Leia special.
Yeah. It's like, I guess we're have two versions. So, yeah.
Eric's
It was
son.
almost big enough because I went and measured the Festool sustainers, and I was like, damn, it was just a little bit more, and you could print a full damn sustainer in there.
Yeah, I mean, and tell me about it because our inserts that we make for like the Grabos, for example, trying to figure out a way to, not have to print them in so many different parts. Part of that's good because it does allow some modularity and some adaptive adaptability. But also it just is a pain to have to put inserts to put it together and to do this and to do that. That I would like to avoid if we could, but I mean that's a big print volume, and you'd probably run into warping issues and some other things, even with a heated
Yeah.
chamber, and some peel up issues with that big a print. That I would be concerned with that big a thick print. I'd be concerned with, and so yeah. It's not ideal to not have it bigger, but at the same time, it's really I don't know how you'd get a bigger printer. Um, Before I got the X1s, I actually looked at the Prusa, the XL, because we had Prusas in the shop, and I remember measuring to try to sit where I could fit the XL, and going, "Holy crap! I have no, because I was going to try to squeeze it. I had no good place to squeeze it, and this is equally as big." For actually it's a little bit smaller footprint, but a similar build volume. So,
I was amazed how quiet it is.
oh,
You
it is it is that, yeah.
It is very quiet. I was real amazed how quiet it was. So, I mean, I'm impressed with. I mean, I've only printed 2 things on it, and I did that long print just to see how it was going to do overnight, just to see what it would do, and the quality looks damn good on it.
Yeah.
But I didn't mess with nothing. I just let it print. I wanted to see what it was going to do straight out of the box, and pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, aside from stupid me printing the wrong material in it, it's a little Bamboo Studio is a little wonky on it. I still think, when you're depending on how you're picking your filament to where the filament goes, it's a little odd. Um, I have to hit custom all the time to make it work the way I want it to work. Now that's just part of my workflow. But aside from that, hopefully they'll work that part out because it always wants to go to the right nozzle for some reason. I don't know why it always wants to go to the right nozzle, because I want my AMS on the left nozzle so that I can keep the right nozzle open. So when I want to run TPU into the right nozzle, because they say run TPU into the right nozzle, so I want to use the right nozzle for only TPU if I can. But it always defaults to AMS for some, even though it should know where the AMS is plugged in because you tell it. That's the wonky thing on it. Aside from that, it prints very, very well.
That's the only thing that I had an issue with, is getting that to work right last night. It took me a little bit to figure out because it kept wanting to go to that, and I'm like, no, I don't want to print from there. Damn it.
That way.
And finally I got it figured out, and it took off. But yeah, it took me a little bit. I had the cameras rolling, and I'm like, this is gonna be easy, just did it, and it would error out every time, and I'm like, God dang it, what the hell's going on with this thing?
Well, yeah, because isn't one of the print heads, doesn't that connect to the one external spool?
Yes,
from the side.
Yeah,
it's the left print head goes to the external spool, but the AMS comes to the right side. Now I'm looking at it from the front, left and right. And I don't know, I hope they're looking at it the same way, or are they looking at it the other way? From if you're standing behind the machine, then the left, what we think is the left, is the actual right. You know what I mean?
I don't. So if you're just printing normal filament, it doesn't matter which way. You could hook the AMS to the right nozzle like it wants you to do, and hook up, PLA from this, to run off the side into the left nozzle, and everything's fine. But it specifically says the way that it wants you to route if you're printing with TPU on the external spool, which you have to, because you can't run TPU through the AMS unless you're using the not great TPU, that's CPU for AMS. It tells you specifically there's a port in the back that bypasses the AMS buffers that are built into the H2D. And it tells you specifically to use the right nozzle to print from the external spool with TPU through this bypass that bypasses the AMS buffer. But then even if you switch the AMS over to the left nozzle, it still automatically in the software defaults to the right nozzle for AMS printing. And it's a little frustrating if you don't know to just hit custom every time, and then it forces it to be where it should
That's
be.
where what I finally did. I was going back and forth, and I finally said, well, I'm just going to tell it what the hell I want it to do.
Yeah.
And I went to custom and problem solved.
Yeah, there's some interesting new things in the new firmwares. The big hullabaloo about the changes they made with LAN only mode and locking things down. And there's some frustrating parts about it. The new firmware is a little different. It's taking me a little bit longer to get used to it. But in studio, it's frustrating as hell that I can't tell this. I have to pick the filament on the printer correctly, but there's not ABS glass fiber or ABS carbon fiber. There is no ABS carbon fiber in the entire library, either on the machine or in Bamboo Studio. And so if you pick ABS glass fiber and then you try to create something different, if they don't match up, it keeps you from making a stupid mistake and printing PLA against PETG or something like that. But it can be frustrating where you can't pick the exact material that you want, and then the studio won't send it. If full stop, if you get it wrong, it will not send it. There's no way to bypass it, even though you loaded the right thing. That's the only thing. I think it's a little bit of a niggle from the older firmware and the older version of Studio. But there's ways around it. So,
yeah,
Matt, you're a big Blue fan up there?
Go Blue. Oh yeah. I was born in Michigan. So
how did you get down to Georgia?
My mom worked for Dow Chemical, and Chevy downsized at the same time in '89. She had a job down here for IBM, and here we came.
Here you are. But you've been here a minute then.
Yeah, since I was 14. So,
given the Georgia State Police hell since then.
True story.
Every time I'm talking to him when he's driving, it's like, dude, calm down, dude. Calm down.
Have you ever driven in Atlanta? Oh my God.
I'll be making my way that way. We'll see how bad it is.
Come to Boston.
No, thanks.
I'm telling you, Atlanta. Ooh.
It's
the only place it is.
You'll see me on the news. Ramming. Get out of my way.
Oh, it's bad.
We moved down here 13 years ago now. So out of Nashville. And I'd been coming to Atlanta my entire life, either Braves games or, to come to Atlanta for trade shows or stuff like that or whatever. So, and then when I had my territory sales job, the Southeast was my territory. So I was down here quite a bit. And I still get a tickle, when my friends back in Nashville say, oh, Nashville's just as bad as Atlanta. I'm like,
it's not even close.
You're funny. You're a funny person. Okay. You say so, but okay, no. So.
Literally, I'm 35 miles from any one of my offices. So I have one in Norcross, I have one in Kennesaw, and one in Douglasville. And
Norcross. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Getting on 141. Oh, come on. That's 2 hours. It's 2 hours from Douglasville to there. And it's 35 miles. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Our corporate office was in for my corporate gig was in Norcross. So yeah. Peachtree Corners area, and I'm up 85, so I'm up this way, and I have no problem making it from my house to like even Beaver Ruin or something like that on 85. It's easy, and I'm like, the problem is getting across from 85 over to PIB or something like that. It's just nightmarish. So yeah.
So I teach classes as well, and then a lot of my testing and stuff like that is in Lawrenceville, up 316.
Yep.
So I'm coming from Tallapoosa.
Oh. Hey, I'm if you need a place to stay one night, just tell me. I'm not Lawrenceville to me is not very far.
Yeah.
For Atlanta it's not. I'm up in just east of Beaufort. So
Okay.
Yeah,
I have a small office in Beaufort, but it doesn't have a lab in it, so I don't have anything to do with it.
Yeah. No, Atlanta is a different. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's end this. Y'all just all stay there. I'm going to end this because
I'll allow it.
We'll see everybody. But y'all stay.
Night, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.